Hey guys, Nate from the 80/20 Drummer, back at Studio B here, the Daylight Studio. And in this week's lesson, I'm going to show you a very quick Dana Hawkins lick that I got from a live shed bootleg on YouTube, break it down for you, and then show you what Dana was probably practicing. And Dana, if you're watching, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But really quickly, I'm just going to play this lick for you, and I want to demonstrate something along the way while I play it. So here goes. 2, 3. Okay, so I just played that 7 or 8 times in a row, and that's the first and foremost thing I want to illustrate for you guys, is that I feel there are 2 primary areas where when we're learning licks or we're learning transcriptions, we can kind of get it wrong. And those of you guys who are longtime listeners know that part of the ethos of my channel is to talk about the differences between great drummers and us. So I think there are 2 that pertain to this lesson. Number 1 is great drummers go deep enough. They'll really just zoom in on a lick or one little part and they'll play it over and over and over again until it's habitual. And we don't do that. As soon as we've got something under our hands, we want to play it faster. We'll try to play it too fast and we'll stop. If that sounds familiar, if I'm talking to you, hey, it happens to me too. I do it too. That's why I know. And number 2 is once we know the lick, we don't then go deeper and try to take the underlying choreography of it and apply that to new things and learn to improvise with it. So to illustrate the first part, I just played that Dana Hawkins lick in succession for you a number of times. And that's what I like to do when I've learned any kind of lick, whether it's one of the many things from my course, for those of you guys who are in the course already or thinking of signing up, or whether it's something you're transcribing or even something out of a rudiment book. So let me play this Dana lick for you really slowly again, and then we're going to go on to the next part, which is what would you practice to get this up to speed? All the little bits and pieces, which on their own can be rudimental exercises. So once again, here's Dana's lick. 2, 3. And at the end there's that open hi-hat, which I didn't include the first time because I was making a loop of it. So there is gold in this lick, beginning from this very first part. So I'm just going to make little micro loops and make each one an exercise. So I'm going to do that, and this is what I did today instead of opening up stick control or the rudimental ritual, both of which are also valuable, but sometimes it's important to challenge ourselves and get out of our comfort zone. So here's loop number 1. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. And within this, you've got this choreography. So you got to do this playing clean thing that's from my course where you lock up the right foot with the right hand. But then the next thing is, so I like to make a 6-beat phrase out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Because in the second half of that, your kick drum and your left hand are locking up. So then to move on to the next lick, I would do this. 2, 3, 4. 4. 4. 4. Let's slow that down a little bit. 2, 3, 4. 4. 4. 4. So in this case, you're practicing all this wonderful stuff. So the next little loop I like to make is this. 2, 3. And in each case, you see that there are like new coordination skills you're learning. And then finally, the last one, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And in that case, you're working on coordination between both the left hand and the right hand and the right foot and your right-handed rim shots. So if this seems difficult to you, it's because it's skipping over a lot of the foundational skills that are basically the first 4 modules of my course. And I can't tell you enough if you're interested in a curriculum that'll bring you up to speed with this stuff so it's second nature to you. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time sweating whether your limbs are together. I really urge you to check that out. So now let's talk about the thing that I imagine Dana Hawkins was practicing when he came up with this and how you can apply that to improvisation. So I assume that the root of this had something to do with 2, 3, 4. So it's that really difficult, in other words, it's almost as if he was trying to search out the corners of the most difficult coordination problems, and he realized that if he's right-handed, which I assume he is, that the left hand, right foot hookup was really tough, and also playing doubles on unfamiliar surfaces. So here's another variation that I know Dana would have practiced, and I know I've seen him use it in alternate parts of the video, which is just the opposite. And let's start on the ride cymbal. Right? So you would want to do the, but you'd also want to do it in mirror image. And I think one way to play this in kind of an Alan Dawson style, so you make sure you practice it on both sides, would be let me just show you one little exercise that I might create out of this lick that creates a 4-bar phrase. And that would be 2, 3, 4. So that's one thing I do with it. I haven't played with this a whole bunch yet. Sooner or later, you'll probably see this creeping into some of my licks. But I saw the video of the shed with Dana, decided I wanted to try to learn it, decided to try to see what he was doing, and indeed he was doing something over and above what I'd already been practicing, and I got a lot of great things out of it. So those of you guys who are already fans of the channel know the drill. If you're ready to study with me, head on over to the 80/20 Drummer and check out the coaching course. It's like 6 months of study with me for a lot less than you pay, and it's structured and high resolution video and transcriptions, etc. But for those of you who are relatively new and want a gateway drug, if you want to get in easily, I recommend checking out my introductory product to the 80/20 Roadmap. For dirt cheap, you can get this product. Most drummers make some variation of the same 3 mistakes, and correcting these mistakes before you do anything else is kind of the key to making huge strides in your playing. I know once you try out the roadmap, you'll trust me to teach you more with the coaching course, but start with the roadmap. All right, guys, it's been real. I'll be back real soon with another lesson of the week. One love.